UWA, both with upsets last week. Cottesloe by a point, UWA by 2 points to make the final. Third and fourth respectively throughout the regular season. They're 1-1 head-to-head. Really looking forward to this clash. Let's go straight to the action now.
Second one. Scrum. Just do emergence. I've already said offset left. Offset left.
Let's go, Shawnee. 2-1.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Well, Adam, they say live television is challenging. And
yes.
That was a bit of a challenge.
It's been a run. It's been a run, but we are underway here, Dave, at McGillivray Oval, as we said, for the 2014 Pindan Premier Grade Final. And
Hands off, mate.
I tell you, UWA, they came out to a massive roar. You can tell who most of the crowd are here to see today. They certainly have the home ground advantage. We'll see how much that does play a part in the final. It is Cottesloe at the moment, who are trying to work in tight.
So you've got Cottesloe, of course, being one of the outstanding contributors.
Look at the window. Look at the way that just held up.
Look at that.
That has just gone straight up and down. It is quite windy here. Severe weather warnings for Perth.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't come through because we'll get wet. But Cottesloe, as viewers will know, have been a fantastic performer in the home away season over a number of years, but their trophy cabinet is a bit sparse.
So that was Wilson running down the sidelines there, the broadcast side.
Ball was off the ground.
Taken out of touch, but he looked solid through the early stages. As we mentioned, the two sides here managed to get here through upsets. It was Cottesloe 27 who defeated Netherlands 26. And UWA 18 defeating West Scarborough 16. UWA finishing third through the regular season. Cottesloe finishing fourth, the same amount of wins. Not often you see third and fourth make it through with the two top teams being defeated in the first week of finals.
No, and it's different finals this year, of course, with the Perth Spirit competition, or I should say the NCR competition, kicking off with the Perth Spirit. So we've got early finals this season. In fact, the whole season's early, and of course we've got a 2-week final series instead of 3. So a little bit different, but yeah, as you mentioned, Adam, big upset in the prelim. The defending premier, many people thought would go on to contest the final. Lost out to Cottesloe. Bit of rivals, those two.
Yes.
Of course, they played off last year, and it was somewhat of an upset. Netherlands winning against Cott. First attacking foray here from UWA.
It's a good attack as well. Just going to be interesting to see how they compose themselves here, UWA, and running out with that roar. I think that was Carlisle who managed to run through there. He's been looking good early. A high pass there out to Thomas. But I tell you, Dave, the roar that they ran out to, they had a line all the way out from the chain rooms down to the ground. That can just get the nerves going a little bit more and a bit of the adrenaline, but they do seem to be settling nicely early, UWA. They're putting a bit of pressure on. Packed crowd here as well, Dave, has to be said. Great turnout here for the Pindan Premier Grade Final on your Sunday.
It's always a fantastic crowd here at UWA. Probably the biggest club, most amount of members in community rugby here in WA. This is a fantastic ground. The grand final being played here for a couple of years now. Expect this to be a niggly contest.
Yep.
Cottesloe, as viewers will know, are a fairly solid and aggressive side. Their forward pack's probably the best in the competition. Coming up against a back row that's full of pace. But Cottesloe like to push the bar. So expect
some big hits here. We go. There's a bit of biff off the side.
Yeah, a bit of niggle.
We can see Walker there for Cottesloe involved. I can't see who the UWA player was, but Walker, he didn't mind a little jab there. And it was Hardwick for UWA involved. So a bit of early heat here. That's what you want to see in a final. It means a lot to these players. We saw a close game in the reserves as well. Had to be said there, Dave, as well, and the emotion roaring over of late. The two sides did meet, we mentioned earlier, twice in the season. Back in May, it was Cottesloe 26 who defeated UWA, but then a bit of a turn in the last time they met in July. UWA 37, Cottesloe 19, and that was here as well. So I'll take a bit of confidence out of that UWA. 18-point victors back then.
Yeah, it's a solid. That is a solid
win,
win,
isn't it?
In the context
on your
of the
home
season.
ground.
Yeah, context of the season coming up against Cottesloe, an 18-point with nothing to be sneezed at.
No. So there was Carlisle switching through. He managed to use Rapana. They're going to use this wide side well. They're linking up well. UWA, a bit of pace through. Big hit. That is a massive hit. I think we'll see a bit of a biff here. Now we go. So now it's on. That was a massive hit. It looked pretty fair to me, but we've been calling for this, Dave. You said we might see a bit, and it is on.
It is absolutely.
There's a punch coming over the top. Couldn't see who that was from.
I think
it looked as though it was from Abel.
Well, the referees
from Cottesloe, Robbie Abel just threw one.
The referees.
What can you do there when two teams, the entire two teams go in, and it wasn't just 3 or 4 players, was it?
Unfortunately, we actually don't have the referee audio in our ear. The viewers have the luxury of being able to hear the referees. We don't.
I would have been interested to see what they said there. What do you say? Get away, break up. I don't think they're going to listen to much when it's happening, but that was a huge hit. Intention showed early.
Blues going to the bin.
And I tell you, UWA, they've been attacking. That was really good link-up play. But Cottesloe, you've mentioned the defence and the big players. You can see the two sides, even when they stand in their huddles. Cottesloe are a very big side. They need to use that early on in this stage. And with the wind, the weather, that might be a bit of an advantage as the game goes on.
Well, they'll look to intimidate. They will use their physicality to intimidate. And we saw that example there. From UWA's perspective, the home side, they just have to make sure they're not drawn into that. They continue with what's been doing well for them all year.
Oh, we've seen a card as well. So
I'm surprised we won't.
The card has come out. It is going to Aiken. Matt Aiken, number 8, has been given a yellow card.
So that's significant.
Cottesloe
been on the back foot this first 5 or so minutes. Now they're a man down, and UWA have a chance here to go for points.
I didn't know if that was from the hit or maybe something that was going on there in the fight.
I think it might have been. I don't think he laid the hit. It probably.
Yeah, that's. I was thinking it might have been something that happened there. So maybe the referee's seeing a bit. They're hard to see when they're all involved. And Dave, this weather still going. Carlisle's just at the back talking to him. He's waiting for it now. You can see him just leading the directions. He's moving his right arm there, just directing a few. He'll sit and wait. They've got plenty of options on this wide side. They have numbers galore if they move it quickly. So let's see, Carlisle.
There's an overlap if they can get it out.
Let's see, inboard. That was Taylor who made a dash. The weight, the pressure, certainly on Cottesloe at the moment. UWA attacking. That was Van Wyk.
5 blue. 5 blue, swimming around the outside.
UWA will be wanting to make the most of this early on. You know that in a final, chances are rare, and a lot of the time it is the team that can just make the most of certain moments.
Given away another penalty here, and I was normally you don't want to give away a penalty in your own half, but probably a good option for Cottesloe because they were being pressed, they're a man down, and this, I guess, gets the ball out of their zone once this kick comes. So I guess it's better off giving up a 3-pointer than potentially 7 in this circumstance. So
I'm just going to be interested to watch this, Dave, as well. And we just talked about the wind, but how far this clears because
it's sort of coming diagonally across the ground.
Yeah, so you're going to have to aim at the right post. Try to emphasise it. Didn't think it was going to be that far off, and you just mentioned the highest point scorer. If he's struggling like that, good luck for the rest of the players out there, but that just sort of sets the precedence, doesn't it, that points are going to be so valuable here today.
And if this wind kick, because the way these two teams match up, a kicking game wouldn't be surprising, but with this wind,
you've got to run it.
It's got to be, you're going to have to ball in hand, you're going to have to run it.
So here we go, UWA building up through. That was Doggett.
Doing all the attacking.
They're looking good at the moment. Carlisle comes wide. Let's see what they can do. They've got the numbers again on the overlap. It was fumbled there by Taylor. Unlucky. Did have 3-2 there on this side. Taylor just fumbling the crucial ball.
Be our first scrum feed.
Bit of nerves early, but you still expect that. We've probably only been playing 5 or 6 minutes so far.
Probably rushed that pass. Probably didn't need to do that.
So the broadcast wing here, we'll be able to see it right in front of us. And again, you can just see there the size of Cottesloe.
So this is Cottesloe's strength.
Boys just getting talked to there. Mills for UWA. Just having a bit of a chat, as was Van Wyk. So they get ready again here.
Crouch. Boy.
Plenty of chatter from the
Yes, the
from
crowd
the
getting
sidelines.
vocal. We've got a few Cottesloe supporters beside us. The feed's in. Let's see what they do now. Charles. Nice run. This is the first time we've seen Cottesloe go forward now with Walker. Charles again went wide. Bit of a high tackle there around the neck. That looked as though it was on Monk. John Monk there, number 18. He certainly got one high.
He's
But
in this forward pack well.
yeah.
Watching that through.
And this was
Collapsed.
and this is a really good chance for Cottesloe, isn't it, to set their dominance. They've been able to hold UWA while they've had the most of the attack in the first bit.
It's gone. Looks like it's gone.
So they're not going to get
UWA's way.
their chance, but
Is it?
vital, isn't it, to stamp
it's
your authority
collapsed
when
the
you get
ball,
your first chance. So we will see how Cottesloe go when they do get it. That was their first time they've even gone forward with
It's
possession.
their first foray into UWA.
But you saw their tactics, didn't you? Even though
look.
they've lost, the penalty's gone against them, you saw their tactics going to be push the whole way forward.
They need to. They're an aggressive. They need to do that if they're going to win the game. You need to stick.
Crouch.
They're well drilled.
Boy.
Took Fowler, coached
Yes.
this side for a
Sit.
number of years now.
So Carlisle, they do go the right side now. Carlisle, nice little grubber kick here. We'll see how it bounces. The players run over top of it there. We'll go out. Joubert was over there. Sam Heineman for Cottesloe was the one just watching it, making sure it was not going to be dangerous. Nice little kick from Carlisle just to mix that up a little bit.
Now that wind at them,
Just drops.
it's dying down now. I don't know.
We'll see if it comes back
Is
a little
it
bit.
the calm before the storm? I certainly hope not.
It's swirly, isn't it?
First line
Over the
and it's
bag
won
and-
by UWA.
It was Hardwick that's had a run. Let's see what Cottesloe's defence can do now. Carlisle, which way will he go?
Again, an overlap here on the
Hands
far
away now,
side.
Blue.
You
Get the
think
ball out.
they'd come the broadcast side. They do now. Carlisle,
Terrible pass.
it's not a good pass at all. Smith pushing forward. The help
Straight to the
comes.
middle.
Nice.
Straight
Nabbed
through the
it.
middle.
They've lost it. They were a bit sloppy there, UWA. They had the numbers and they were unable to come in and help.
Straight through the middle.
Cottesloe seizing the opportunity, take it. Really good play there by defence. Let's see this one, and it's scrappy
he's
again.
fumbled
It might be over.
He's missed it. It's a try.
Bomb
I
off.
don't think it's going to be called. They're going to have a chat here.
I think it might have been knocked forward.
Yeah, I don't think it's going
I've
to be
seen
a
the
try.
knock on in goal.
We will wait and see.
And subsequent to that, I'm unsighted.
Yeah, we can't hear
can't.
anything, so we might be sounding like absolute muppets. But it was Ben Taylor
Try score grain.
who had the first go and the second, and it
It's
is.
a try, it
So
is too.
I reckon it's going to go to Ben Taylor's try. So not a great bit of rugby, but you'll take the 5-0 scoreline.
Well, they lost the ball there, as you correctly called. I mean, they were a bit lacklustre. They allowed Cott to contest it on their feet. They claimed possession, but then I guess their forward pressure then forced that turnover again. So a good rugby by UWA. They gave the ball up, but continued to punch on, so to speak.
And Dave, this should be the easiest side to kick. You should be
should
able to
be.
aim
The
it
wind has
right
died down.
out right,
Got a
and it
good
should
shot
still
of
come
this
back
as well.
here. So this should be the easiest side for a 2-point conversion. Watch it come back. Perfect. He's got that through. That's what we were talking about. Much easier to be kicking on this side. 7-0. Certainly the majority of the crowd here for UWA.
Lead his head.
They're doing all of the attacking early. They go forward again. That was through Smith. He's made some nice runs early. High up and under, and it'll travel. Bit of talk here. That was good by Heineman. He really communicated well to make sure it was his ball. Saw last night in the Wallabies in New Zealand, two of the Wallabies colliding without the talk like that. And with this swirly wind, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Heineman back there.
Hands off, captain.
Yeah, the fullbacks will be under pressure today, especially when the ball is kicked. And you'd expect that.
There we go, we've got a little bit of push and shove again, but
Double knock.
And a knock forward there.
Yep.
No. Yeah, knock forward.
so it's just going a little bit quiet here. The crowd now just enthralled in the battle. the start, there was the emotion that you always see in a grand final from both sides and also the supporters, but now it settles and we really focus on the battle. See the few of the UWA boys behind the pitch there just doing some warm-ups as well.
Now, looks like
Crouch!
they're
Point! Set!
So Carlisle with the feed.
Their players about to come back on.
Yep.
Cottesloe.
Come into the broadcast side now. Walker, Taylor, sorry, had the try. Ben Taylor.
Off feet.
His confidence is up after that. He'd already had a nice run earlier
Again,
as well.
Cottesloe using that forward pressure.
Have they
Ball
got it?
turned over. No.
No, still not yet. So now Carlisle goes the far wing. Looks as though the captain there, O'Connor, will just push it forward a little bit. UWA will get it again. The penalty. So you'd be tempted to have a kick from out here. If it was this side, I reckon you'd almost have a go. They're going to. It's a tougher side.
Is he?
Yep.
He is too.
So
10
this
points.
is a distance, and this was coming from right
They're
to
going the
left.
shot.
It certainly is favouring that end, and you got to take as many points as you can. But that is the hard side to kick, and we saw it first. So
see how we're getting any advantage.
see what he's
We
learned.
went
well wide that first
We've
kick.
got it. We turned it straight over.
We'll see what he's learnt from that first side, because as we said, this is
That's what the penalty's for.
I understand
hard
that
one to
one's
score
for.
from.
I don't understand that.
Bass
They played the
Rothel.
ball in. I see it as a penalty. We turned it over.
leading
held on the
point
ball,
scorer.
Ripped it out. He's moved back out of the ruck.
This would be
Played one
handy
on, we
for a
turned it over.
10-0 lead.
Out of it.
Early on in the first half still.
Sorry, man.
Cottesloe now back to their full numbers. But UWA were able to take advantage of that. Looks as though he struck that better, but it's still going to go wide. So that is still proving to be the hard side for Vass Rothel. But you've got to have every chance, I think, any penalty that's around halfway. I think both sides that are going down to the left of screen will have a shot.
Yeah,
Let's watch this
I
one.
hope it doesn't.
Watch this.
Oh,
Barely
held up
goes
again.
anywhere.
Backwards off blue.
Certainly still enough wind there. Looks as though it went forward. A nice little kick forward. It'll go out, but again, just mixing it up. Bit of pace there from the UWA backs. It's gone quiet, hasn't it, Dave? As I said, everyone enthralled in the
everyone
battle at the moment.
Yeah, just
Two
waiting for
rivals
something to
meet,
happen.
yeah.
it's been a different game. Not the most magical game of rugby though so
Not
far.
yet. A lot of finals aren't, are they? Nice and tight. Again, the
Again,
throw
they're
was
line outside.
long, but
Heads
they've
off,
managed to hold it this time, Cottesloe. So let's see what they can build going forward.
advantage.
As
No
we said, we've only
arms.
seen them go forward once, and it was a penalty straight away. So this will be their first opportunity.
Straight over. Use arms. Wrap. Don't dive at his legs. Wrap. Straight in with the shoulder. Wrap.
All right, so Cottesloe with the penalty here. Kick for touch. Safe there, just not trying to go for too much,
Can't
just
have that
making
skip.
sure it goes out and doesn't come back in.
I
So
can't have that, mate.
Cottesloe pass halfway.
So let's see what they can do here.
Well, the lineouts have been difficult, haven't they? 1-1 now in the
yeah.
lineout, but that one again, I mean, the one they won, it was still long, it wasn't the intended target.
Lineouts are
Let's
they're-
see. Again
Again,
over top,
I
so they're
don't
really
understand
struggling at the moment. Numbers needed here for UWA if they're going to keep it. They are.
Just a tackle.
Carlisle
just
will
a
come to the
tackle.
broadcast side. Cottesloe, plenty of
Heads
numbers
off
here.
blue, heads off blue.
Will they be able to turn it over? It's held well by UWA. That looks as though an infringement
penalty,
there. And it will be, and you'll kick this. So again, I think we'll see them go for three. This is the side you want to be taking your 3-point opportunities from. Yeah, and Vass Rothel was just pointed straight away. He said, I'll take that,
Yeah.
as he strolls in. The nice orange boots. You've got to be able to kick well when you wear orange boots.
You do.
He
A
stands
definite
out.
penalty there. I mean, he's
Yeah,
he's
grabbed
contested off his, from
Reached
the
in
side. Yeah, a definite penalty. Cottesloe at the moment just look like they're out of sorts.
Lost, don't they? And
It's
you know,
appear to be
whether
that they're like the occasion maybe is getting the better of them.
well, even I mean, we don't understand the contest from last week. They won by a point last week, of course, over Netherlands, who had finished top. Maybe that game took a fair bit out of him. It was a 2-point win for UW over West Scarborough. You would have thought that both games would have been tough and intense, but you just never know how the side's going to back up, do you, after a tough finals game. The easier side, and again, he's kicked it. So this is where you want to be taking your opportunities from. It's now 10-0.
Good job, buddy.
There'd be a lot of pressure on the Cottesloe side too. We spoke briefly about their history over the last few years, being just absolutely dominant side in the home and away season. They've claimed several minor premierships, but only that flag in 2009 to count for in the last 5 or so years.
It was a really good point, Dave. The last 10 years, they've only won that flag in 09, but minor premiers in 2010, 11 and 13. So they've had their opportunities, and that's got to play in your head as a club eventually.
Yeah.
So, and look, there we see another fumble. So we mentioned that the conditions might be tough. That one just, it didn't look as though it was moving much, but just the focus, quite hard the players come across. I think that was a Fiki.
Maybe someone somewhat like the Cotty Wobbles.
You don't wish that on anyone, but
the Cotty Wobbles.
I guess the good news is there's still plenty of time left in this match, but Fiki there dropping that one, and UWA will seize an opportunity again now. They can come to this broadcast side, any penalty, they're going to go for the 3 points, and it's going to be important to have the biggest lead possible with this wind.
Adam, you're talking like an expert.
All over it.
You are absolutely right.
Balls out, balls out.
But they're looking good,
Again,
UWA.
You called it well.
Rapana pushing forward.
7 away.
Carlo again will look this side. They set, they've got the numbers. Hardwick. And it's going to be a penalty. So I just love the way, watching Vasrothel just stroll in, he just
So if you can put scoreboard pain, then it's going to serve them well, especially in these conditions, as you said. That one's gone wide. No, he's kicked it.
So another 3. Might feel like they could be out of it at halftime, but they certainly won't be. Just a few penalties and the momentum of going forward in that last half, the nerves that could play in. The game will be well and truly alive as now they go to the far wing, UWA. Looks as though there was a knock on. Should be UWA's again. Loving the crowd over there, Dave. The tents are set up. There's a bit of a boost juice. Mrs. Max.
I think maybe the conditions, well, the potential conditions might have kept a few away.
Yep.
There's a bit of a gap there on the left side.
I know it was hard to park as well. I heard that you got the VIP roll up, but the rest of us had to park out the back. So it was a bit of a stroll, but always a good sign, you know, when you rock up and you've got to park a fair distance away, but the numbers are strong.
Set.
Carnival atmosphere.
It is.
So scrum
I think
feed
Pindan, who sponsored the event, will be very happy with the numbers. The proud sponsors. Cottesloe going forward. Big tackle there. That was on Abel.
It didn't go halfway. He didn't go halfway, so...
We got 225, so that could have been Abel, or it could have been Ratabuli.
No.
Interesting play there by Stringer. I think he was trying to create a maul there. Oh,
and they've lost it. A chance if they manage to keep it here. Just going to go to boot. You can hear the sidelines.
That is a masterful... No,
it was already called back, yeah. Could hear the Cottesloe fans piping up, so they knew there might have been something. They were right. They were all over it. Do have a few beside us here that have just moved away from the UWA contingency, which is quite big on the hill.
It is substantial.
There's a fair few of them.
It must be said that UWA is one of those sides, and most people will know watching this, that
in that last one,
if you're an absent observer, if your team's not playing, you're likely to be back in UWA. So
Dave, this kick from Charles is going to be incredibly tough. I'm surprised he's actually elected to go this way. I think he will struggle. I haven't seen him kick yet today. I think he's going to struggle with the distance.
Yeah,
which you wouldn't think from where he is, and Charles obviously
significantly as well.
He's obviously confident, but yeah, we'll see how big his leg is, and obviously just knowing that points are vital because this wind is difficult. So let's see what the number 9 can do.
I'm actually surprised he's kicking this.
So am I.
Might have gone for touch and just tried to.
That's what I thought, but obviously just knowing that they need any point they can get. He's given it a roost. He's done really well. That's a great kick. He's going to have no issue when they go the other way. Cottesloe are on the board. It's 13-3 here in the first half at McGillivray Oval. Can they get some momentum off those 3 points? This will be their first
Heads off 5!
real opportunity to string some possession together. They've turned it over a few times, and then we've seen the penalty there. So I'd like just to have touch for a few minutes and continue to push forward and work up the pitch. They decide to go the kick early. With the wind stop, it's going to be hard. Bass Rothwell backs himself in. He does well.
Hands off, Blue! Hands off!
It's a good grab because you can see it just starting to go backwards in the wind. Penalty. UWA very happy.
So they're getting the rub of the green, no pun intended.
Of the orange?
No, those two.
Well, green I mean as in...
You were fine, first 2.
I know what you meant, mate. I'm sorry to ruin your joke. Bass Rothwell might fancy himself from here.
Well, he's no, he's going to kick.
He's just going to go for touch.
Just again, Cottesloe giving away
Yep.
significant number. But they're a physical side. They often do that. But they haven't looked like they're using that physical prowess to their to its fullest.
No, and you just have to know, as we mentioned again, that any penalty around halfway is going to be possible points. So you don't want to be giving away too many, especially going this way, which UWA are. Let's see their throw. That's lovely. Taken by Castlaw. So we're seeing advantage being paid here at the moment as they come to the strong side. The man who's already scored, Taylor, he's confident.
Oh, it's a great offload.
He gave it off to Joubert.
Joubert couldn't...
and I think it's going to come back. They were paying an advantage. I tell you, Taylor's made some brilliant runs.
Allowed that to... Yeah.
Yeah, it was a decent advantage, wasn't it?
Significant advantage.
But Taylor's been the key player for me at the moment. He obviously has the first try. He's made some really nice runs. It was a nice offload too. You mentioned that to Joubert. And again, they'll go for touch.
Little dicky pass. It's the backward hand.
That was Joubert on the left. Just kicking for touch. He'll come back over now to the broadcast side. Link up with his man Taylor. They just have a touch. And now they set again. All eyes will be for the 5 points here for UWA. Made the most of their opportunities early. Just not a lot of talk out there even from Cottesloe Day, which is what I've noticed. UWA, anytime it's been turned over and UWA been in defence, they've been loud and vocal, but Cottesloe is very quiet early on.
This is interesting. UWA decided to contest this. Oh, they've broken the ball out now.
Yeah, it was out. It was Rapana who had a run.
They'd be careful here because they might.
They almost lost it, and they have now. There's another fight going on. Someone lost their Guernsey to the right of screen. It was Scoble who lost the Guernsey, had to pull it back on. Now Cottesloe going forward. Their chance to put some pressure on, but again they've turned it over, so they're really struggling with possession. And again it'll be UWA to mount their charge and keep the pressure up on Cottesloe, who are just not valuing their time with the ball, Dave.
No, they've been very sloppy with the ball. I've been actually quite surprised. They're very well drilled side, and their lineup's a bit shocking, and their ball in hand's been terrible.
You're pulling your hair out if you're the coach, and
penalty here, advantage being paid.
And we might see a bit of the fight going on as well. I think Hepburn's in there for UWA, and now for Cottesloe, sorry, and someone's coming in from UWA. You can hear the Cottesloe fans behind us. Mills came running in and just hit the head there of Hepburn, and the Cottesloe supporters were quick to see that.
Shot.
And
So the referee's perspective there, he was not looking at it at all. It happened behind him.
I'm concerned with where we are.
The official.
Okay, that really
So
needs
hard
to
to
change.
see, and it's going to be.
He's taking a shot at goal.
assistant, or he may
Yeah,
have.
I don't. So now, all of that, and you can hear. I don't know if you can hear the Cottesloe supporters in the effects might there, but UWA after all that are going to have a shot. So they'll probably dealt a little bit harsh off the ball, but without it being seen, a chance now to go 16-3 up.
Yeah, Chookfella's got some serious work to do at half-time. He's side on all sorts.
So Vass Rothel to continue, try and increase his points for the match. And that's his first from over on that side now. He's 11 already to his tally.
Just make sure we get out of their space as well.
And it is 16-3 here at McGilvray Oval. First half of the Pindan Premier Grade Final.
Ball's there.
The first time they push forward. So Cottesloe, that's probably the longest they've held it so far in the match, putting Uni under some real pressure for the first.
This is where they're going to use their
well, we'll get to see it, won't we?
Yeah. So they've gone for some attacking play. So this is good.
Yep, looking forward to seeing what Cottesloe can take. And we see this in finals. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get into the game, but there's still plenty of time. There's no doubt about that. As we mentioned, both sides with 10 wins from their 16 matches through the regular season. Third and fourth respectively. Uni were third, Cottesloe fourth, making the final after upset victories last week over the top two sides. Here Cottesloe go.
Not a huge amount of support
for the first time, no. As we said, 2 25s on the sheet, so it could have been Ratabuli.
Hold.
To the broadcast side now, the first time that they've just had some ball time here, Cottesloe. And again, it's turned over.
I was just about to say, they need better ball movement.
So Taylor, he's just in everything at the moment. He managed to steal it. Carlisle goes the kick. It's a awkward bounce, but doing well was Heinemann.
Not held!
He needs help. It comes. Let's see if the support can come. They need to settle again because the turnovers. Mills is trying to defend. Hepburn managed to pass it off, and UWA get it back again. Joubert on the left. It's a nice kick.
Oh, that's a great kick.
It's a great kick by Joubert. You can hear the UWA fans applauding that. Joubert just with poise. Managed to find touch. And the pressure on Cottesloe again.
Our director will like that. He's a Frenchman too.
He is.
We're assuming
He's
Joubert
number
is
one
French.
man. Dave, what did Cottesloe do? Again, just turning it over. Not.
They need to have ball in hand. They need to run the ball. They need to get support at the breakdown. At the moment, they've just and their lineouts. Let's see what they do here. Again,
back.
their lineouts have been terrible.
Yeah, it's killing them.
The easiest part of their
it's all
game
just the
to
fundamentals, isn't it, at the
arrange.
moment that they're struggling with. And now Van Wyk
And holding-
runs towards
holding
him.
tackles.
Big run by Van Wyk. I think Cottesloe
Counters
might have
fine.
got it here. I think they have. They've done really well there because they were under pressure.
Hands off,
It's a
four.
big run by Van Wyk, and they've managed to get it back. So well done to Cottesloe. Anchored this there.
Again, they need,
And you can hear the Cottesloe supporters just the
Help
Bronx
there.
cheers.
there was a tackle the ball from the side, which is illegal. But numbers again, numbers lacking around the contest. They're not
7
backing
grade,
in to
entry.
support their teammates in the breakdowns, and that's costing them at the moment. This ball's got to come
Oh, we're
our
a
way,
chance
Adam.
here. I'm a massive
It's gonna
chance.
come a long
Just
way.
cleared over.
We're actually a big target here.
Yes.
Halfway.
So it will be literally on halfway, still in Uni's half.
Come off.
We've got a
Attacking
substitution,
halfway.
have we?
3 guys, 3 blue.
So I'm not sure
Change.
who's
So Nankovic is going off.
Is it the big fella?
Come back on.
They're just trying to really stamp their authority, I guess, in that pack.
Here's a
Let's
10.
see what they can do
Don't
here.
haven't said his number. There you go.
So it is
We actually
Reedy.
We assume it's ready because we had 223s as well on our team
Oh.
sheet. So a move there from Chook Fowler.
Release
He's
10.
a big boy, so we assume he's a forward.
Rory Crowan had the attack there.
7, leave
Good
it.
push by Hepburn.
Just
And you can
again,
hear the Cottesloe fans calling it. They're not rolling away, Uni. So they're wanting the
Hands off,
penalties to
Green,
come
hands
their
off,
way.
Green.
just two again.
And a
that's-
penalty. Uni just reaching in again. And that's what the Cottesloe fans are calling for at the moment, just believing that Uni aren't rolling away quick enough.
Is he going to have a shot from here? Is he? Because this will be
This would be tough.
kick of the game. If he does.
But his first one really impressed. But the wind, I think, has picked up again in the last couple of minutes,
Thinking
Dave.
about it. Is this test yet?
He is.
This will
So
be a very tough kick.
he's realising, Charles, that they need to take their opportunities down 16-3, and he's really taking a lot of ownership, which that's what the kicker does, don't they? You know that the points need to come off them. So much responsibility on the boot. And I don't know if you can hear that wind just howling through. He just literally
it's
just
really
picked
picked
up
up.
for Charles. So
Yeah, if he kicks it, someone need to pronounce his last name, Adam.
what do you reckon we're going with?
Oh,
Nuenis?
that's the best pronunciation I've heard all day.
All right, Charles Nuenis.
Bit like you, he's getting out of the way.
Maybe we should conscript one of these supporters in. Maybe they could assist us with that.
They might be able to help us. I just like going with Charles because I know it's safe and it's correct. It's a big effort and it's going to go wide. So
Would have been a significant
it's,
kick
again
from
to make the distance. So it's decent. He kept it low, which was smart, but just going wide. So still 16-3 in the first half here at McGilvray Oval. Uni leading, but they are going to the scoring end.
Oh, charged it down.
Did really well, the pressure. And that's a little win there for Cottesloe because that's the things that we haven't seen from them so far.
That was the
Joubert
substitute, Reedy too.
with the left. Nice grab there from Aiken. Backing back. Didn't mind it going over his head. And now he runs through.
They need a run. They need a couple of runs
So-
here. Just build some confidence.
Well, just as you said, the run down there and then the grab and
There we
attack.
go.
Now Cottesloe may
Couple
be
of
starting to get
tackles.
into this. So now you can hear the crowd getting into it as well.
No hands, 4.
As Abel went forward. They go the far side here, Cottesloe, stringing a few passes together. They go the short side.
So they're gaining some metres here.
Yeah.
Some good phases. They haven't strung together a good bunch of phases for the game so far.
They lose just a
Push back,
few
push
metres
back.
there, but they've still got ball in hand. Now they can come to the wide side.
Tackles fine.
Cottesloe supporters calling
Oh,
for around the
ball
neck
being-
there. And they've
And
lost
it's
it.
turned it over. It has to.
So Carlisle with the kick. It's nice out in front. Taylor was giving
great
chase
kick.
down the right side, but and this is the difference at the moment. It's just the little parts of the game. And Carlisle, every
They
time
just
he's got us
appear to be
executing his
To want to
plans.
attack the ball more as well at the moment. UWA University. They're just
Yeah, Uni just,
bit,
they're
bit
taking
more
the most of their
lighter on their
opportunities.
feet as well, don't you think? Cottesloe at the moment just look a little slow. Well, they are a little slow. Let's just watch this line out. They haven't won a line out.
No, and again,
that's
it's
just
gone over
shocking.
top. They're a chance.
Yeah.
So Cottesloe will get it off again, lucky,
Actually,
but
no, the throw wasn't straight. So
Option.
regardless, that would have been a penalty there. Took the man with the ball.
Yes, not straight. You've got
so
the
it'll
option.
be
But I
Uni's
just don't understand
feed.
how you.
But it's long every time too.
Oh,
it's
terrible.
not. So, and this is, as we said, it's the little things at the moment. And thankfully for Cottesloe, there's still another half to go.
Well, if they could put a few more points on the board before they go into the rooms.
They're down by 13 at the moment, 16-3 in favour of Uni.
It's really picking up now.
Yeah, which, as we mentioned, is going to favour Uni, Cottesloe, sorry, in the second half. It'll favour Uni at the moment, but this is why Cottesloe hold on to hope at the moment. But they can't get too far behind, and Uni attack again down the short side.
More!
Try to beat Cottesloe at their own game, pushing forward, but a penalty here. Cottesloe boys
I don't think he collapsed it.
happy with that decision.
Hey. I'll call it. No, I'll call it. Scrum, blue.
This will be Cottesloe's feed.
Let's go, bud.
Under pressure at the moment. Uni are throwing absolutely everything at them. It is 16-3, as we mentioned. Carlisle, I think, just coming to the side, yeah. He's been very good so far. He's fed it out well. He's used his boot well as well, and he's
Let's go, guys.
nicely.
Let's make a call.
And Cottesloe, this might be a nice little break for them, actually. You can see them just getting
about
together
20,
there, bunching
47.
together, having a bit of a talk. It's probably what they need, just someone to stand up, take the leadership and say, boys, let's just settle this down.
Well, I think actually they'll be looking forward to half-time, to be honest with you, Adam.
Well, depending what the coach is, if he gives a rev up,
So mark there, James.
might be a spray, but as you said, it's just that regrouping, isn't it?
Fellows a fantastic coach. He's been around a long time. And plenty of success at the club.
Crouch.
Knows how to drill his side well.
Got that
And I'm sure he's got a
So you need to come down a little
significant list of
bit. Okay, same mark.
issues to bring to his side at half-time. Front of mind for me with his line-outs.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see the kick here as well. Cottesloe get the chance
Boy.
how go, and they're going to be under pressure pretty quick. They're going to have to set up. See how they go about this. They're going to run instead. Support comes.
Leave it.
There's a Wilson.
Now we'll see the kick. Up and under, but the pressure will be straight on, as I mentioned. So now they've got to set up Cottesloe.
Ball's in touch. Half time.
And Rothwell was,
It's half-time.
Bass Rothwell was trying to move it on quickly. It is half-time, as you mentioned, Dave. 16-3 here at McGillivray Oval in the Pindan Premier Grade Final.
Talk him up, Sammy. Get him trained.
Uni 16, Cott 3. It's a scoring half. Dave, you managed to stay with us in the second half.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard the Cottesloe rev up. They were loud. They were boisterous. It's the first time in a game I've heard them boisterous, and it was at half time, but maybe it's a sign of we're going to have a good second half.
They've got a 13-point deficit to rein in.
I don't write them
They
off
need to
with this
attack.
breeze.
Well, they need to attack. They need to attack the ball. Though I didn't. Their attack on the ball was lackluster in that first half, and when they did attack, they turned it over.
Well, here we go. They push forward now.
Still blue.
First penalties. They're going to keep pressuring. I think they might. They're backing themselves in. They're going to go for the kick.
No, still blue.
It's going to be a feed in here, so it will be interesting to see how they play all their penalties throughout this half. We saw that Uni were pretty happy to take 3 points as much as they could with this strong breeze, especially on the broadcast side.
Yep.
Saw as well that Charles, he's got a pretty decent leg on him. So distance will not be an issue here. The feed. Can Cottesloe put some pressure on? Get some points early in this second half.
Set.
Charles
This is
feeds
their
it in. They push, you can see, look at their dominance. They turn the way they want to. Now they go. Good run there from Ratabulu. Now Crowan. So this is the most we've seen in the whole match of Cottesloe pushing forward. Penalty.
First action.
And Cottesloe. So
First
a chance
action.
for early points.
Away. First action.
Do you just take the 3, Dave, or do you keep pushing from there? What
Will
are we
have an
going to see?
opportunity, but he killed the ball by the time.
Depends on their mindset.
Just taking the points.
It depends what their.
Yep, so they're going to take the 3.
I mean, you have to take a shot
Smart.
from there. It's direct in front. It's.
And
it's
as I
about 10
said,
metres out.
coming into this second half, and I mentioned it through the first half, well and truly in this game with this breeze, this is a big advantage going from right to left. Anywhere from halfway,
He just needs to
3
pop
points
this
can
up,
come.
though. He's not that far out. Distance isn't a problem. Just pop it up. Let the wind carry it through.
Yeah, you don't need to do a lot from here. And he has, he's booted it through.
So it's a good start for Cott.
Yep, that's what they need, and you can hear them get around. The rev up might have just worked from at half time. We mentioned it would have come at a good time.
And that
Deep
ball's
kick.
going to run dead, is it?
No, it's
gonna hold
bounced up. So just the little things already. The first half, that goes out, and it's...
Out
Out
of 10, out of 10.
Chance. That ball's held up, I think, lucky for us.
Yep, so Joubert there with the clearance out. But Cottesloe already putting the pressure on. And this is, they've already, Dave, while you were coming back, they've already had an issue with the line in. They need to get one going their way.
They have to win this.
Yeah, an important line out. Here they go. And they get, they fumble, so another line out problem for Cottesloe.
It's a knock forward though, so.
They'll get it. It's just no dominance, is it?
And it's, in a game like this where tries are going to be hard to come by, you've got to rely on your kicking game. If you can't get your lineouts right, you're going to be in trouble, and we've seen that already. The referee just having a chat to number 12.
Yeah,
Robbie Abel.
So the lineouts are still a big worry here, but this is their advantage, Cottesloe. You've mentioned it, Dave, the scrums. Can they put Uni on the back foot and then attack?
Well, if they can pressure Uni, if they can put pressure on their back line, Uni's more likely to give up these penalties.
Dominant,
And look,
just dominance.
turned it. So
Charles now
Heads off,
takes
7.
attack at the Uni line.
like this.
Crowan.
Time off.
And
Offside? No, hold on.
And again, this is their chance.
No.
Crowan
Straight
getting
for his head.
Akon
Penalty.
getting tortured there because he just rubbed Hardwick's hair a little bit.
Straight for his head.
He's turned it,
turned
I
it over.
think. He's turned it.
too.
So that was Aiken. From what I saw, he did was rub the guy's hair in Hardwick, and it's been turned over.
Might have been a bit of chatter, I think, maybe. Not sure.
Well, he's grabbed him, so
Done it.
Okay, I think he's okay at the
Interesting.
moment.
The viewers might
okay at the
know
moment.
better than us.
yeah, they'll be able to hear a lot more. We can't hear anything at the moment.
That ball's held up.
Just gone out. So let's see the line out here for Uni. Will they be able to maintain possession and build? The hardest end to score at here for Uni. They do lead 16-6. Early points to Cottesloe here in the second half. Nice line out. They don't have the issues.
He's fine.
And now they're going to try to push
12
forward.
out! 12 out!
They're doing well here. They've managed to gain some metres. Carlisle, who was really impressive in the first half, fed it out to
The hands, the
Rapana.
hands!
Cottesloe backs attacking the line like
Yeah.
this.
Carlisle.
They've got to be
Out
careful
to
here.
Joubert.
because there's a
Leave it, Captain,
overlap
leave it,
on the far
Captain!
side.
It's in tight. It's tough at the moment. Uni maintaining possession.
No hold.
No one
hold.
there to help. Joubert comes running across. He'll be forced to feed it out. Now Carslaw.
No, stay.
Carlisle tackled. Cottesloe really putting the pressure on at the moment. Mills forced to pass it out. They've been forced to go back, but they're still maintaining possession. A nice throw out there as well. And I can tell you that Vass Rothel is screaming for him to bring it quickly. They've got the numbers on the broadcast side here, Uni.
Switch.
Yeah, he wants it quick as well. He was very quick to put the hand up and call for it. They're trying to just push forward here, Uni. Cottesloe are able to maintain their line. The long pass, he's still calling for a Vass Rothel. He's next in line.
Oh, great cut.
Great feed off.
Pass.
Running up there was Joubert.
Throwing it into the feet. Vass Rothel.
Yep, Joubert, a nice run. There's a player down behind play here for Uni.
Didn't go straight
Didn't
into
see
touch.
who it was, but Vass Rothel and Joubert really using their experience, their voice, their leadership out there. They're the two that clearly are leading the charge.
Just here, mate.
Vass Rothel getting talked to a little bit here by some of the Cottesloe
6
supporters.
grand, boys.
He's not phased.
He's just
No, you cross the line and gave him a small little smile. Guess when you score 11 points in the first half and your team leads 16-6 in the grand final, you can be a bit casual. He's got some writing there on the arm guard that he's got taped together. I'd be interested to know what he's written on there. Some plays maybe, or a message, I don't know. But now you can see it is number 6 for Uni that is down. O'Connor, the captain. He's been down for a little while. He's getting helped up now. Uni have come together in their groups, having a discussion. Cottesloe just sort of stagnant at the moment, getting the drink. But the skipper, he looks a bit sore. I think it's his ribs that he's holding at the moment. And yeah, he's just pointing to the back of the ribs there, his left side, so looks a bit sore, even the way he's walking off there. Certainly favouring his left side, so
Mark's here. Thanks, boys.
Probably a bit sore tomorrow. Tell you, they don't hurt as much when you win.
No, if they lift the cup, if you just, I'm
I'm
sure
sure all of a
he'll
sudden
be
the ribs
lifting
will be
the cup,
fine
yeah.
and he's stretching it. But does this change momentum? We'll wait and see now. Skipper goes off.
Well, they're not
Strong,
making a substitute. Are they making? No, they're not. So
Strong applause there for
applauding as
the
though
Uni
he's coming
skipper.
off. But they,
Maybe someone has come on while we hadn't
but-
seen Dave. You'd suggest they would have. So strong Uni
I've
contingency
only got
here.
14 on the field.
I didn't even try to count that high, so.
No comment, no comment.
Cottesloe using their scrum advantage will be pretty happy to run it down as they did the first play. Here we go. They don't have numbers. Put it on the boot nicely. See how it bounces. It was a good follow-up, but Joubert, he's shown his poise again. A nice little sidestep, and he gained some nice meters as well. Uni again push forward. They just look the stronger side. We mentioned that Cottesloe, even though now they've got the advantage, they're going to the scoring end. Uni are maintaining possession, continue to push forward. Carlisle goes out wide. That's Carslaw. Good push back there from Cottesloe. Able to drag him back. They come to the broadcast side. Small little kick, looking for Tarsha to bounce up. Pressure on Heinemann, he goes long on the boot. There's no one back there. It's a good little kick. It's another Uni player down behind play as well. Heinemann followed it up well. He's going to keep the pressure on and pressure him to go wide. It's not going to go out. Now to be the run forward by Charles. He does well. He needs support. It comes now. Hepburn. Bring it to the middle of the pitch. They continue to throw it through Yafiki. Fiki looking for help. It comes. Charles now again goes to the middle of the pitch. It'll be kicked by Lamprecht. It's just bouncing around at the moment.
Sure
There's
he's trying to
another,
do there, but
and it's gone out. And there's a Uni player that was down behind play was Carslaw. He's just got up gingerly, but now running back, and Cottesloe with a nice bit of play there.
Well, it's come off well for them, but I don't know what he was trying to do there. I don't know whether he was trying to kick for touch or allow his wingers to run on. Somewhat lucky they came up with that, I think.
This one.
Starting to take the game on a little bit.
Still, they're still not as aggressive as I thought they would be or need to be in this second half. They're still down by 13.
There we go, the first line-out completion, I reckon.
That is their first successful line-out for the game. Yes.
That just shows that maybe things are turning, Dave.
Hold one.
A try
It's
here
taken a long
might
time.
just make it interesting.
No hands,
Funny
1-7.
although the dominance, a try here, it'll be, you know, game on.
This
So-
is
and this is what you
testing
said
the
they'd
lines
do.
and-
Look at them.
Held up 5.
held up.
So that's what you alluded to. That's Cottesloe's strength, and they're starting to play to it.
Well, Uni do have a good, a reasonable back line, one of the best back lines in the comp. Against undoubtedly the best forward pack in the competition.
I wish. Oh, mate, James.
So we've got a 5-metre scrum.
Pressure here for Uni.
You all right, mate?
This is Cottesloe's big chance to put 5 points on the board. And it would only put them a try behind this without the conversion.
They need to attack, use their forward strength.
Wouldn't it be amazing, Dave, with the dominance that we've seen, a try and a conversion here, there'll only be a penalty out of it.
Crouch.
That's well, that's the way
Fight.
rugby goes,
That's
isn't
it.
it?
It's quick and taking your opportunities.
Just
And
ask the Wallabies.
this is their opportunity. They've got their strength. They've got the overlap on the broadcast side, and they come this way now. It opens up for them. They go back inboard. It was Haining who made a run, calling for the help. Uni's defence is strong, though, as you mentioned, Dave. Pushing him back. Just trying to gain metres here, Cottesloe. Small steps, patience, it's needed.
Just
No hands, Green.
Just don't do anything silly. Continue to test the Uni line and hopefully either make a breakthrough or get a penalty.
Yep, it's a nice run forward there. Got some nice metres here. This is the big chance for Cottesloe.
Again here out on the far
Yeah,
side,
they've
huge overlap, and they get the ball out there.
They continue to push.
They've gone the
They've
wrong
gone
way.
the short side, but they're still gaining
No
metres, and
18,
they've still
no
got
18.
possession, which is what they need. It'll be interesting to see if they hear the voice and go to the wide side. Again, they've decided to go short. Now it's Abel who's attacking the line. Charles had a look now to the wide side, and now they've gone that side, so a chance. It's been tapped on. It's still
Oh,
going,
he's
and
lost it.
so now it's no luck there for Cottesloe. They maintained possession for a decent amount of time. Their longest for the match so far. Uni's defence standing firm.
On your line. Needs to stay long.
Yeah, still they didn't go forward with any particular
Time's off.
authority in my mind.
And they had to use the wide side a lot quicker than they did. It was a big
They've been
overlap,
very
wasn't
narrow
there?
viewed, I think. Again, maybe a lack of talk out there, but yeah, they had a huge overlap on that far side.
Yep, decided to go the short side with a nice run from Haining, but he wasn't able to get over the line. Break here, 16-6. Second half action from McGilvray Oval. The Pindan Premier Final. As we mentioned, a really good crowd here. The rain is holding off. And it's cooled down because it was quite warm. It was 26 in Perth at around
Significantly
lunchtime.
warm. Yeah, it was quite warm. Actually, I
but
was
it's-
considering
it's-
taking the jacket off.
Yeah, it's cooled down a fair bit. And then we were worried about rain, and we've mentioned the breeze already throughout.
I think we
this
might be right with
broadcast.
rain, which is fantastic. I'd like to stay dry. I like to see Cottesloe attack this scrum. It's a Uni scrum feed. I want to see them use that forward pack, attack it, be aggressive, force them back, force them into a mistake.
It's little moments like this that can turn a grand final.
Well, the clock
opportunities.
is ticking. And you mentioned like one try, a converted try, they're only 3 points away.
Yeah.
But when you've only scored 6 for the game, for a half and a quarter of rugby, time is ticking. Though luckily in this circumstance we've got the clock stopped. But
Well, I think that's, at the moment, I think that's Carslaw that's getting a bit of attention to the ribs. And he was a player that I alluded to probably 6-7 minutes ago that was down in the middle of the pitch and he ran back gingerly. He managed to stay in the line and kept going, but he's strapped up now. It is Carslaw, so the ribs were still paying a bit of pain to him. He's got it all taped up and a bit of padding there as well. And now we'll see the resumption of play. It is the feed, as you mentioned, Dave, for Uni, but can Cottesloe push them deep?
Set.
they've got to use their forward power here and push them back.
Let's see this
kick
kick
out.
high, up and under from Carlisle. It will go out. Just watching that closely was a Fiki. Of course, he fumbled one in the first half, so he would have been glad to see that one go out.
And if you're UWA at the moment, you're not
All right.
you're not too phased with kicking for touch because
How much
Cott's lineouts are
pressure
shocking.
is here on Able, just to make sure that they get a line out. They got the last one was their first effective one of the match.
Step in, boys.
Well, they can. They're
Let's see if they can make it 2 in a row.
You need to use your line out to establish your attacking four-way.
All right, it's up.
Oh, almost.
And almost fumbled, but they've kept it in, so it's 2 in a
Watch
row
the entry. Watch the
that
entry.
they've completed. Now they push. It's a nice run there
Worked
from
out
Walker. They did really well. They've gained metres. They've used the line out to their advantage.
Ball's there. Hands off, 7.
As you mentioned, Dave, they've just got to be attacking.
They need to break the line.
Fiki pushes forward as well.
Hands off, 3.
Cottesloe applying the pressure.
Ball's
They
out.
need the points, though. And I can tell you, that was Carslaw again who's dived in. He
Wings
is
on.
sore.
Oh, they've given it up again.
It's gone out. I've got a feeling that Carslaw's going to have to come off here, Dave, for Uni. He's holding his ribs again. One attack into him, he's going to be in a lot of pain. Able. It wasn't convincing. The last one as well was taken in by Stringer on the second attempt. There's just not a lot of communication. They've gone short and it's going to go out. So there just doesn't see, you can see at the moment Stringer shaking his head with the helmet on, but there's no communication before of what they're going to do.
I'm shaking my head as well. It's just a lack of confidence at the moment.
Yeah.
For a side that's so used to winning.
So, and now we'll see what Uni can do.
It's funny, isn't it, what finals do?
Yeah. Uni have been a bit prettier, a bit tidier in their line outs. But they've spilled it as well, and Stringer's got it. So Cottesloe will get their chance again of going forward through Hepburn. They call for the help. Stringer's down behind.
Advantage over.
They run forward now through Able. Right in the middle of the pitch now. They come to the broadcast side. Stringer
Hands, 3.
attacking. He looks for support. Went out there to Hepburn. They're still running through. Cottesloe with a real chance here. Hepburn searching for the line.
Short.
They continue to keep pushing. Not far away. They're held up again. They look for the overlap, but a lot of their players are in there tight, David. You can see that they're clearly just going to keep pushing because they don't have one player.
Backline doesn't look like faltering at the moment.
No, they don't have one player past the post here. And they're over.
There you go.
So they've gone over.
How was
They've
that
managed.
too?
I'll wait and see. I'll be able to tell you in a second. I've got eyes on him still. We'll wait and see when he turns around. But finally, the consistency, the pressure, it's paid off. It was a great push.
Well, this is obviously the attacking side of the field, Adam, because the ball's been played mostly in this area
Yeah,
in this second half, as it was predominantly in the first.
I'm just still waiting to see here. I think it was number 6, Rory Crowan. So it is him who's gone over. He's got the 5.
There's plenty of talk from the supporters.
Yeah, so look, as we said, Charles puts this through. all of a sudden 16-13, and the team that's been out of it with the advantage of the breeze are only a penalty behind. How vital is this kick? Has to go out to the right, it'll come back with the breeze. Sets himself up.
Right behind it.
It's out wide and it's through.
Fantastic kick.
So the 2 points
Game
there
on.
for Charles. That gives him 8 for the game now, and it's now 16-13. All of a sudden, the Cottesloe crowd are the vocal ones. Game on. We just mentioned that the advantage with this breeze, Dave, it's huge. It couldn't be underestimated, even with the halftime lead. So, will this spark Cottesloe into action? Down by 3 in the second half. The kick there has been shut down. It was by Heinemann who kicked it. Didn't see who shut it down. But now Uni, Carlisle goes out to the far side.
Can they get her?
Carlisle steps back nicely. He had a bit of pressure. Run forward by Mills.
Plenty of yards gained there.
Yeah. Carlisle now out to Thomas. Pushing forward is Van Wyk. He was really impressive in the first half, attacking the line. Carlisle now decides to go the other way again, the far side. And they're gaining metres here, Uni, but it has come out. Cottesloe, they've done well. And now it's Uni who are arguing with the officials. It's just turning slowly, Dave.
Yeah, they've been better, put it this way, I think, in this second half.
Well, credit goes to them. For a side that hasn't been great to still only be 3 points down.
You'd expect in every grand final there's a moment, and I'm just waiting for that moment.
At the moment,
There's 2 Uni players down at the moment
don't think it's as systemic as that. I'm happy to say
and a Cottesloe player down. So there's a few sore bodies out there at the moment, as you'd expect in a final. Hard and in tight. It's been congested. Stringer gets up now. It's been a battering post this second half.
Let's go, boys.
The Cottesloe fans just a little bit louder.
We're on your time now.
Uni, who certainly have the home ground advantage, a bit quieter in this final. 16-13 in favour of Uni. Of course, it was 16-3 at half-time.
Crouch.
10 points to none in this second half. Charles with the feed. Uni might be able to turn this over, actually. No, they haven't. Penalty. They turned the scrum, but illegally.
So you're right, Adam. Things going Cottesloe's way at the moment,
It's just starting to turn.
but the ball's at the wrong end of the field.
But he should be able
Get
to
a
kick
kick
this
for
quite
touch.
decent. So they'll just be short of halfway.
See
Or
the
a fair
trophy,
bit short, actually.
trophy there on the sidelines.
Yeah, quite shiny.
Quite a big trophy too.
Yeah, it is.
Been there in Premiership Cup.
Well, Dave, the line out. Stringer goes up and he takes it. So that's a nice one. The confidence just building here for Cottesloe.
They still look very heavy-footed for
Yeah.
me, Adam. They still don't look like
They
they're...
don't have the
No.
running flair, do they, to attack. And a bit of pressure there for Lamprecht, who had to dart back into the inside. He was looking to come out wide. There was nobody there on the overlap. Has it been turned over?
Again.
Uni doing well. Carlisle. Now Mills.
Captain, move!
In there is Scoble helping him out.
Oh,
A nice
good time.
run there from Wilson. Did really well, A, to maintain possession and then to keep attacking. Looks as though he might have done a hammy, Wilson. He's running to the sidelines. I think he's done a hammy here.
Yeah, he looks in trouble.
Yeah, I think Wilson's done a hamstring. He's in big trouble. Unless he's
No,
just taken a
no.
corky.
He's
going to the
gone
far
back
side.
to-
Now he's holding his quad, so it might just be a cork actually. He grabbed straight away for his hamstring. Cottesloe turned it over in the meantime, though. We'll just keep an eye on Wilson. As I said, he grabbed his hamstring straight away, but now it looks so more of a quad or a corky.
Still quite proppy.
Away.
Yep. But Cottesloe
Just running it out.
turned it over.
Still down the wrong end for them.
Yeah.
18.
Charles will look to kick this into touch and get them just past halfway. It'll be only just. There we go. So in their attacking half now, Cottesloe. 16-13, they trail. Their last line out was impressive. Abel's out to find Stringer. Stringer he's had a hard game. He's been the voice in these line-outs. He showed his disappointment. The one they turned over previously is the one that's talking and communicating. He's the only voice in there at the moment. He calls the play. Goes up now. It's over the back again. It's too long. Mills takes it. Just no confidence at all in the line out for Cottesloe. And now Uni attack. Support comes. Kohler goes to the far side. It was Hardwick that linked up with him nicely. Oh, and a big tackle into the head. That might be on here because that's head into the ground, and that might just spark this game on.
There'll be a card here.
That's a dangerous tackle.
Referee was on the whistle straight away.
You don't want to see that.
Viewers are
in
probably
any
getting a
type
replay
of
of that,
game.
but yeah,
That's dangerous.
that's an immediate card. Just need to see where.
Yeah, that
What
was.
he gives
Thankfully, the player got up quickly because something like that is very dangerous.
Just confirm what numbers you got.
We will wait and see. The officials
having a chat with his
yeah.
assistants. And
we can't obviously
I think
hear it
that
as you
might be,
mentioned.
yeah, that might be talking about the aftermath there, but
22.
All right,
there'll
so
be definitely a
players going to
card
be
coming
called
for
in.
that tackle.
Here we go.
22, please.
Trying to see who's been called in.
Did you see who laid that tackle?
I didn't know, but Stringer coming in to have a chat as well, and
Obligations clear.
you can hear the Uni supporters already giving the goodbye chant. There's a red.
Yeah.
So on our page, that is Simi. Simi who's gone off. He's not happy. He's just given it to the Uni bench as well.
It's not surprising actually that it's given. I
It
saw
was
that-
dangerous.
Yeah, it was dangerous, and the referee was on his whistle straight away. So with Cottesloe 3 points down, that's a killer blow. That's
Tackles like
almost-
that we've seen in other codes. Of course, rugby league this year with
Yeah.
Alex McKinnon. Paralysed, you can't take any risk with that, and I think that was the right call.
And I think that might be the end of Cottesloe's run.
Makes it tough, doesn't it? 16-13, red
Now
card.
play down, and the ball in their half. If Uni score here, you could almost
It's fine. No.
lock the door on a Cottesloe revival.
So they're pushing forward Uni. They're playing Cottesloe's game at the moment.
One out.
Just gaining some nice
Good
metres.
run.
They're doing
Fantastic
really well,
run.
and they're just stalking at the back. They're hoping it's
He broke off. He broke
able
off.
to get to the
Captain
man.
out. Advantage.
They've got the
Advantage.
far side yet, so the advantage is with Uni. And now, their chance to almost put it out of reach.
If the ball is
Interesting
on
to
the
see what they
ground,
do here. They're going to go
Bass
for the
Rothel
kick.
wants to kick straight away. He put his hand up immediately.
Clarification, if the ball's on the ground,
He's
you
still
have an
pointing that they're having a look
That's
for
not
him, and he's.
Do they need to kick at him? I mean, they've got that player advantage. They're in their attacking half. They're in
Good
only
point. Do you
5
play it
metres
safe?
out.
It's not going to put you. It's not going to put you the 7 points up. It's only going to do 6. So do you keep attacking? But I think Vass Rothel wants to take it. I don't know if
It's
he's
an
going to be
easy
allowed
shot.
to though. He's not. No.
Right.
So Carlisle and a few discussions there have gone, and they're going to go for touch.
Good.
Yeah, that one was
That's
okay,
what
but
you like seeing that, don't you?
I do,
And this is
because-
their chance to put it out of reach.
Yeah, exactly. So
Give
they're
us a
in a
try
good
here,
position, and
game over.
They've been attacking this half. They've been in Cottesloe's back half for at least the last 10 minutes.
Yep, they've got the extra man that you've mentioned. It's near their line, and this could seal the final.
They've got
So
the spring in their step too, Adam, now. Great line out.
that's
Well
the
done.
first. That's
Fantastic
what you
line out.
needed to start. So Carlisle brought that in, and now they push forward.
Short.
This is Uni's chance to sew up the grand final, you'd think. But Cottesloe
Well done.
have managed to get it back, so game alive still.
No, it's fine. No.
Please watch them standing up.
Hey, just let me
Some sore bodies out there, Dave, especially for Uni. I'm just watching Castler and Wilson Still, who's just running gingerly. You know that in a final you're able to keep out there and you want to keep pushing. So Vas Rothel, he wanted to take the penalty kick. He was very keen, loving his leadership out there with Joubert. Joubert's going to be needed here. You think that Cottesloe will try and clear it quickly.
Set.
Breeze picking up again. The feed in here for Cottesloe. Deep into second half action. They trail by 3. Met solidly. You think the kick will come now. Joubert and Walker.
They didn't find touch, so
no, Wilson now.
Reload.
So Wilson runs it up. He was the one that was looking proper. He doesn't look too bad now as he attacks the line.
Hold.
Carlisle to the broadcast side. Taylor, who has the only try in the match. He was impressive in the first half, Taylor. He's been a little bit quieter in this second half. But Uni are doing what they have to do. They're maintaining possession. And they're going to maintain possession again here.
The game hasn't been free-flowing all day.
No.
It's been very stagnant, been dominated by the whistle.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of sets or anything happen at all, have we, throughout this game?
Just on Major.
But it's a tight game. And that's what keeps everybody just on their feet, anxious. A small error can turn
It's
it.
funny because it is, you're right, it's tight on the scoreboard, but it doesn't feel tight.
No, it's not tight at all. Uni have dominated this game from start to even now.
It feels as though Cotts needs to score 2 tries to get back into it.
It's, if you weren't looking at the scoreboard, you would think this has been quite one-sided. And even at the moment, University, of course, are pushing into a very, very strong wind, and they have dominated possession a lot more than Cottesloe even have going the other way. So it has been all Uni, but it's 16-13. It is still there. You mentioned that you've been waiting for just one moment, Dave. That one moment to be the winning moment. And normally having a heroic story.
Set.
What way will it go? I think Cottesloe have turned this. They have. So now they get their chance to run forward. He sold the candy. Here we go now. It is a Feaky running down the line. Can he get support? Charles comes and help. They still need support here, Cottesloe. This can be their chance.
Could this be the moment?
They're building up. Walker attacking. The Cottesloe fans left. A Feaky who had the run comes in to help. Ratabuli attacking. Uni get the penalty. Wow, was that an opportunity for
Cottesloe?
That was a massive chance. I tell you, Feaky just sold the candy to Vas Roth. It was a perfect. He went to do the off lay, decided to run himself. It's a really solid play and a bit of speed there.
It's about 11. Got about 11 minutes left.
But
1-1.
It's in their attacking half, Cottesloe, even though that they won't have the feed.
Say, I've got about 11. Yeah.
Cottesloe supporters getting a little bit anxious, a bit agitated.
Some of the most vocal in the comp, Adam. Cott supporters very passionate about their side.
Calling for time wasting here, but when you do have the leaders, Uni do.
Well, there's no time wasting in the Premier Grade,
exactly.
because it's
the momentum can change.
Gents.
And it's
all part of them holding up, as you said, not timers on the clock, but time wasting, and just that the momentum can swing quickly. They can rebuild, they can have a drink. Smart. Because Cottesloe would be happy. We can see that at the moment Abel is coming off. And of course, he's been the one that's been doing all the line-out throws for Cottesloe.
Steady here, boys, steady.
Crutch! Well, we saw them turn the last one, didn't they? You mentioned their scrums have been their strength and they managed to turn it over. Can they do it again? If they do.
No, both out.
Yep, that was a quick collapse.
Both out. Stand up. Let's go. Same mark, boys.
Here we go. Come on now. Here we go.
Tenth time in the match. It's poised.
Conscious not overextend.
3 points, Uni hold the lead by. It's their feed, but they're deep in defence.
Crouch.
Cottesloe a man down.
Bind.
Been out of the match the whole time, but they're so close
Set.
to snapping victory here. Snatching victory late. Push back. They've turned.
Yeah,
They've
done
done it
well.
again. So the last 2 scrum feeds that Uni have had have been turned over now, and this is the strength that you've talked about, Dave. And all of a sudden, Cottesloe boys are around each other. They're patting each other on the back. They're high-fiving. And even though they're a man down, they're giving themselves every opportunity.
Just on me, gents.
Can they snatch
need to
victory? This would be
again,
remarkable,
they need to-
Dave.
Well, they need to. They need to back it up.
Yep, they've managed to steal
So
the
they've-
last
they've-
2, but
yeah,
can they
they've
push forward now?
That was a fantastic try. Now it's their feed. And again, they have to do
Crouch.
the same again. Use that forward pack strength.
You mentioned that they try to intimidate the pack, and they're just doing it now, aren't they, Dave? Whether it's too late or
I
not.
did call crouch.
Again, you've mentioned Adam, only 3 points in
Call
it.
crouch, boys. I did.
So
It's amazing.
Still
how
waiting for
close
that
it
moment.
is.
I mean, we could have seen the moment. It could have been that that tackle.
Yes.
Locks in, please, boys.
Yep. It's
But I've got a feeling it's still to come.
a Fiki's run there was the biggest run we've seen in the match so far, which might have just given a few of the boys confidence. The scrum's turning. There's a few little things that are just starting to go their way. Let's see, as you mentioned, Dave, can they take advantage of this with a strong push? Here we go, Charles. He's using the link up well of Radabuli. He's still running. Doing well.
Clean
Cottesloe.
hands. I need clean hands.
They've got the momentum, the confidence is up. They're attacking the line. Hard to see what's going on. Cottesloe. Yep. It looks as though saw a few heads drop quickly. Uni, they're holding, aren't they? Just
holding.
It's amazing to think that with all of the possession they've had, the dominance they've had, that they're the team holding on at the moment.
It's just swung, hasn't it?
Oh.
The game has swung 4 or 5 times.
Time back on.
Change here, have we?
Yeah, a man down. Cottesloe.
That's that mark, boys.
Yeah, they're so close. 3
Is
points
that
down.
Doggett coming off for
Looks
Uni?
as though
So can they do it 3 times in a row? Can they turn the scrum again?
Crouch.
yeah, Jeremy Smith coming off the number 8.
Bind.
All right.
Set.
Well, they've turned the last 2, Cottesloe. Can they do it 3 times? They did well. They pushed him back.
8 move.
They're going to keep Uni deep. These are tense times. One mistake could be the difference here. Cottesloe come in numbers. They're really applying the pressure now. This is where the big pack might just pay off, Dave. You mentioned that they don't look quick.
Hold.
They're
Hold.
certainly strong.
Advantage.
Pressure on Joubert.
Oh, there's a whistle. I was
Yeah,
watching the ball.
Uni with another penalty here.
Wow.
See with all the numbers. It looks as though they might have just ran too quickly. So the little things of the game. Again, a break for Uni.
Just simple mistakes.
Yeah, it's been the little things, and that's what, if Cottesloe lose this, when they go back and reflect, it'll be the line-outs, it'll be the, the offside there, it'll be the early fumbling errors when they turned it over attacking. But the line-outs is a big one for me that stands out, Dave. The other way, if Uni win this, it'll be the early kicking from Vas Rothel, it'll be the leadership that Taylor and Joubert have shown. And they've been very good in the line. That was Backhouse
Watch your entry.
that took that one. And they just need to just hold this up, Uni. Keep it in there. Push forward, gain a few metres. But as well, they're of course getting the time. And look at this. This is a big push. This is a huge push from Uni.
Advantage 6.
They go over halfway, and now they've got advantage as well.
Still going.
They're still pushing. They are playing Cottesloe's game at the moment. You can hear the Uni crowd. They've lifted.
No.
They're vocal, they're standing.
That's one's half. Still advantage.
What a push from Uni. In the vital part of the game, Vass Rothel screaming for it again on this side. His arms are waving. They can get it out. They want the overlap. And here we go. Wasn't that sensational by Uni's pack?
That's fantastic. Getting very close, I think, to...
Has to be. It's getting dark as well, Dave.
I'm surprised. Actually, arrived this morning, Adam, would you believe the lights were on?
Now when the game's dark, they're off.
So very close to full time, I think. Probably about 5 or 6 minutes left.
16-13 here at McGillivray Oval. And I'll tell you, if Uni hold on, the roar is going to be unbelievable, because when they ran onto the ground,
Let's go.
as I said, they had a line to run through from the top of their change rooms to the pitch. Here we go. Charles.
Hold.
Long kick. No one at home. Doggett waits for the bounce. Joubert, will he just put on the boot or will he run it? He's going to back himself in, Joubert. He might have put on the boot now. He goes a little inside-out kick down the line. Pressure there on Haining. There's numbers in everywhere. Joubert, there's a bit of push and shove. Haining and Joubert going for it at the moment. Haining
Boys, don't be silly. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Walk away. Don't be silly.
Joubert wasn't going to shy away from it, as he did with that run there.
That was a great run.
Bit of pace.
Backed himself. I think that's what's been missing with Cottesloe today. The ability to back
Guys,
yourself.
6 blue sub.
Stick the ball under the arm. And
6 blue
show
sub.
a clean pair of heels.
6 guys.
Change for Cottesloe. Haining coming. No, who's coming off? Double change. Haining and
Yeah, Haining saw from that
Crowan.
hit on
Crowan's back on.
that Joubert gave. And that's what the push and shove started from, was from the hit from Haining. You can see he's limping. I don't think he's going to go off though.
Right.
Stringer pulls it in. Cooper was
One out
in there for the line out. Stringer again, just grabbing it.
No support
Coming
again.
in there was Backhouse. So against Backhouse, he's not happy, but he certainly reached from the side. 3 points, Charles. Needs to kick it down. Official looks at the watch. There's not long left, Dave. You've mentioned this, but can they steal victory? One try would see them win.
This might be it. Might be the last
Everyone's
chance.
looking at their clocks. Again, the official has a look now, so you know we're close. They're both discussing it. There is not long here at all, Dave. This is the chance. Stringer, he's been the target all day. He's not now.
It's not straight.
No, so again.
The lineouts have been shocking all day, and that's
It's ball 3 times.
That's terrible.
It's got 1, 2. Yes,
and that might be well.
Inside.
Every
That might
time
be
they've
it.
had their chance, they've turned it over, Dave, and I think it's going to be the difference in the match. Uni have definitely been the better side, but Cottesloe have had
Inside.
opportunities, and that was another one, and the line-out has been the problem all day. Joubert finding touch comfortably. Halfway now, again the officials look at their clock. 1:40 I think I heard there. So I think we've got 1:40 left officially.
Set. Dropping late.
Let's see what the line can do.
Minus ones.
1:40 left. Stringer calling for it long. It's too long. So again, it's gone over the back. It doesn't matter who throws it in for Cottesloe.
No blue 7.
Abel struggled all day. Now Cooper's struggling. And it's going to be the difference, you'd think. Under 1.5 minutes left. And I think just with the last minute, Dave, we can officially say that lineouts will be the difference today.
Oh, they've been shocking for
Set
Cottesloe.
play, just
Absolutely shocking.
as you said, the strength that you would have thought that Cottesloe could have brought here. Stringer, he's got the helmet on. If he didn't, he would have been pulling his hair out. He's not been happy with the throws that have been coming into him.
Hold.
Especially on a day where we knew tries were going to be hard to come by.
The one try to Ben Taylor in the first half, Uni, that's it. And all the other points. Well, Crowan then got a try, of course, in the second half, but one try each.
Referee checks his watch again.
Yeah, there can't be long left. Under a minute.
They're going to take as long as they can
Let's go.
with this one.
Let's go. Let's go.
It is looking as though Uni
let's go.
are going
Sable,
to
let's go.
hold on. They were 16,
Let's go.
3 up at half-time. They haven't scored in this
15
second
seconds.
half.
Let's
It's now 16, 13.
Let's go. Let's go. Yep. Green, let's go.
They've showed poised. And to be honest, I think the way the match goes, Dave, they've made the least amount of errors. That's how this game can summarise. They've made the least amount of errors.
It's a bit disappointing when we're talking about the team that makes the least amount of errors, but
Crush.
Conditions have played, conditions have played a lot of that. And
Bind.
that's what it's come down to,
Set.
valuing the possession.
coming into the game too, you would have expected that Cottesloe would have punished
Yes,
Uni
that's time.
when they made errors, but it hasn't been the case. Because as you said,
No,
that most of the
Barnage.
errors have come from Cottesloe. And
Joubert running back. This is
that's
it.
it. That's it. Is that it? There it
It's
is.
now, so 16-13. Uni are the 2014 Pindan Premier Finals. They defeat Cottesloe by just 3 points. And after finishing third in the regular season and getting through with a 1-point win over Netherlands last week, they are the champions. Have a look at the pictures you've seen here, the celebrations.
I'll go grab some interviews, Adam. Home side, they were the best side on the day. Fortunately for Cottesloe, it's another year of disappointment for them. Still the trophy cabinet bare. And we'll just take a quick break while we gather some interviews from the winning side.